Jaco nog nie begin praat nie.
Hey Rick, so good morning and welcome to the Stock Market College presentation. Thank you for making time out of your day to join me quickly. We are
Thank you,
quickly
Ruan.
going to have
Thanks
a
for
look.
inviting me.
And you are more than welcome. I think it's fair to say that we have one goal in common here this morning, and that's to make money. Am I right?
That's correct, yes. Money, money, money.
That's it. There's a lot of aspirations, dreams, goals are there. The one thing that is true, and that's a fact, is that money makes that more achievable. So let's quickly see how we are going to use financial markets to get us there. So just a couple of requests from my side before we get started. I do have a bit of information to work through with you. I am going to try and do it as easy and as quick as possible. I do encourage you to ask questions. I will allow for questions to be asked at certain points during the presentation, but the most important thing is to relax and have a good session with me so that you and I can, at the end of this session, make a decision and move forwards.
Thanks, Ruan.
Awesome. All right, the first thing that I would like to do is I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to play you a video because I want you to see a summary of what we are going to be discussing. Maybe that might help you to prep some questions. When we're done with the video, I'm going to formally introduce myself, and then we are quickly going to run through and dissect the presentation. Okay.
Great stuff.
Good, thank you. Right, let me start by sharing my screen and playing you a video. There we go. This is my presentation, Rick. We're going to work through it. I'm going to skip right to the third slide because this is where the video is. What I want to do is I want to make my screen a little bit larger so that you can see better. Let's get it into, let's just get this thing out of the way, into a reading view mode. Get that moved out of the way. I'm going to share my sound so that you can hear it properly. Let's just see. There we go. Share sound. 1, 2, 3. There we are. Let's quickly have a look.
So, you are wanting to trade the financial markets, forex, indices, commodities, but you're not 100% convinced. Well, let's cover a few pointers and help you with your decision. What if you've never traded before and you're worried about making mistakes and losing money? Or you have traded, but you would really like to talk to someone who can guide you? Or you have always wanted to trade, but the information out there is overwhelming. Calculators, modulus, lot sizes, you wouldn't even know where to start. Or actually, you just feel isolated and would love to be a part of a trading community. We get it. We do. The truth is, trading is not hard. It just requires know-how, staying power, and a little in between. You need to feel confident to push the buy or sell button without trepidation. And that's where we come in. You need the tools, a strategy, a trading plan, and understanding of the instrument you are trading. Why? So that you can make an informed decision when entering your trade. Why do people not trade? They are scared of losing money, obviously. But with an informed decision comes the understanding of risk. And with guidance and a risk calculator, checklist, etc., you'd learn to mitigate that risk. Your confidence will grow as you start to implement the trading plans and strategies you've been taught that will allow you to push the buy and sell button without trepidation. Sure, you could try teach yourself. We hear that often. It's available for free on YouTube, webinars, ebooks. So what makes us different? It's not in the cost or in the length of our program. The difference is in the total package offered. We have the know-how, the resources, and the tools needed for the beginner and advanced trader under one roof. And more than that, we offer an encouraging learning environment where you'll have the opportunity to be a part of a supportive, like-minded trading community. Here are just some of the benefits of learning with us. The learning material is presented online in an easy-to-use, state-of-the-art learning management system. Facilitated workshops Monday to Friday and Saturday mornings via Zoom. We have live workshops that are recorded daily and posted for review. In addition, we have pre-recorded lessons and supporting PDFs. We assess via quizzes as you progress, and the practical submission of trades is a requirement to gauge the understanding of securing and placing Forex and CFD trades. And on completion, you'll receive a certificate of completion. So what is covered? First off, the basics of trading. The what and the how. How to trade CFDs, Forex, indices, and commodities using checklists, trade sheets, and margin lists for these instruments. Next up, we have risk management and actual placing of trades. This would cover getting to know the strategies for the instruments you're trading to minimize losses. Next up, we have the MetaTrader 5 trading platform. Without a reputable, user-friendly platform, you are unable to place trades. Get to know the nuts and bolts of your trading platform MetaTrader 5, as it is an award-winning trading platform and it is what we use to analyze and place our trades. And we are not done yet. You will receive the Tools for the Smart Trader training course valued at $330, and this course covers MT5 for all devices, Windows, Android, and iOS. It includes more than 100 videos teaching you how to use MT5 from the login page to adding an indicator and placing trades. Also, no need to worry about finding a broker and struggling to open a trading account. We refer all our students to QuickTrade, a licensed FSP and ODP, where we assist you in opening a trading account with QuickTrade and introduce you to their experienced trading mentors and trading group. And lastly, on completion of the course, arrange a free 60-minute one-on-one coaching session with a trading mentor, giving you the chance to pick his or her brain and learn even more. Still not sure to start your trading journey with us? Well, don't just believe us. Here is some of what our students say. This is perfect for you if you are tired of seeing others around you making money from trading while you're not. You've always wanted to learn to trade but could never find the right people to hold your hand and take you through the steps. You are ready to make a life-changing decision? You are overwhelmed at the thought of doing this on your own and you wish you had someone to bounce ideas off. You are ready to stop spinning your wheels and wasting time. But it isn't for everyone. It is not for you if you are a procrastinator and happy with your current situation. If you are not ready to learn and take the necessary steps to move forward in life. If you don't want to invest in yourself and your success. It is not for you if you are comfortable and you have no desire to make any decisions now. And it is definitely not for you if you have no interest in making a change. Learn to do it the right way. Invest in your future today and we'll help you write your own story.
Okay, with that out of the way, let's quickly minimize this, get this out of the way. We're done with that. Stop sharing my screen. Rick, we have spent about 5 or so minutes having a look at the video that caught your interest and that put you in touch with us. I would like to dissect it. I'm going to spend about 5 minutes getting to know you. I would like for you to ask me a couple of questions. I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. And then I want to prepare you in the next 45 minutes. I'm going to dissect what you've seen and show you why our signature course is what it is today and what got us to where we are today. I want us to agree on one thing. You are currently looking for a better trading experience, whether that is if you've traded before, whether you've not traded before, but that's one thing that's keeping you or that's standing between you and making money from online markets that's been in existence forever and ever. I mean, commodities, stocks, indices, Forex, all that lovely stuff. So let me start by asking you a question, please. Have you traded before? Yes or no?
I've tried, but I didn't get it right. That's why I've decided to first get myself educated.
Okay, perfectly normal. What seemed to be the problem? What is the one thing that you just couldn't get past?
I didn't understand the graphs.
Okay, but intimidating, are they?
Yeah, very intimidating.
I get you. Okay, and it feels like that. I mean, if I stripped down or if I was expected to strip down my vehicle and assemble it again, probably I don't know, I'd give up before I start. It's just it's above my pay grade.
Hey, that's how I felt, exactly like that.
And that's what made you understand and believe that education is obviously the starting point. Good for you on that call. If I had to ask you just to rate your knowledge for me on a scale from 0 to 10, more or less, what would you say?
Well, I always thought that it was 5 until I tried. Now I realize it may be a 1.
Okay, well, at least it's something. I commend you on that. And for how long have you been trying?
I've been trying now for the last 3-4 months.
I see. Okay.
Been
So
watching
you've at least,
YouTube,
yeah, you've
but
at
that
least been
doesn't help.
exposed. Okay, good. And if we were the answer to your question, what sort of money are you looking to make at least from the start and the beginning? And I mean, we can be realistic about this. What sort of money would you like to make per month from trading if we started teaching you?
Would it be possible to make 15 or 20,000 rand a month?
I can tell you that
Or
the
is that a
short
bit
answer
much?
is yes. I can tell you that the short answer is yes, but I can also tell you that it's dependent on a couple of things. The great news is, yes, I have clients that makes 15, 20,000 rands a month. And to top that up, I've got clients that makes 15, 20,000 rands a week. In fact, I spoke to a client last week, Wednesday, that made 17,000 rands for the day. So it's
And
possible.
now you've got
absolutely.
my interest.
There we go. Now we just need to figure out, so how do we get to that? Okay. And anything specific that you'd like to spend the money on? I mean, tell me about it. What are we chasing here? What do you need the money for?
Well, life is becoming expensive.
Okay.
Salaries are
Fair
not
enough.
keeping up with costs. So
Mhm.
to supplement my lifestyle,
Okay.
and I need a holiday.
Okay. I can agree on that. Any specific plans? Where do you want to go? What do you want to do?
You know, even if it's just local, I'd be happy.
I see.
Just 2 weeks
Okay.
of getting away from my world.
And just to break all of this down, the only reason why you're not there yet and why you're not doing that yet is because you need money, obviously, 15 to 20,000
Correct.
bucks a month on top of what
Correct.
you're earning. And you have a strong desire and feel that financial markets is the way. The only thing standing in your way is the knowledge. And that's why we are here today.
Definitely. I see
We
many,
agree on
many
that.
people making lots of money on the markets.
Mhm.
And I realize I'm not one of them. So I've got to be
Okay.
proactive about it.
Well,
and become one of them.
congratulations in advance. Congratulations
Thank
in
you.
advance. About me, my name is Ruan McDonald. Let me share my screen and show you that. So let's start at the top. Congratulations, welcome. We've been there. This is my contact details, Rick. I'm Ruan McDonald. I've been in financial markets. Sorry, I feel this is impersonal if I talk to you and I share. So I've been in financial markets the better part of 6, going on 7 years. I've just about seen it all, done it all, tried it all. I've had some good times, I've had some bad times. Just like anything else, I've also come to the same realization as you that knowledge is absolutely key, just like anything else in life. And I can tell you that I would never, ever in my life ever want to do anything other than trading online markets again. My reason why is I can be paralyzed, I can be ill in bed, I can be in whatever country, I can sit on a cruising ship in the middle of the ocean. As long as I have internet connection and a device, I can make money from anywhere in the world. And that is ideally the backup and the security that I think anyone wants to have. Not having to wake up at a certain hour, go to a certain place, report to and work with a specific group of people that you don't necessarily like, and that just to earn a limited amount of income while inflation is killing the growth on your salary or your income. So that side hustle, as it usually starts out, we want to become your dominating and your primary source of income, and whatever else you do for money should be purely a hobby. Does that sound good to you?
Sounds fantastic. I'm excited.
Let's
get going.
Good stuff. Let's get going. Sharing my screen, Rick. All right, so that's me. You know all about me. I'm with Stock Market College, our educational institution. I'll tell you more about that in a minute. And I'm also with Quick Trade, our brokerage firm, where we refer all of our students to in order to apply what they learn. That's my email address. This is my contact number. And that is the website of the college, as well as the website to Quick Trade. We are located, our head offices are located in Rosebank, Johannesburg, 173 Oxford Road. The building that we are in is called The Link, and we are based on the 5th floor. If you ever want to come and visit us, I promise we have good coffee. Then we've watched the video. I can send that to you afterwards if you want to. Now I want to brush through these questions again. So you say, yes, you have traded before. You can just confirm. But
Yes, I've tried.
Perfect. But you feel like the 1 out of 10 should become better before you'll start making that 17 or 15 rather to 20,000 rands a month, right?
Yes.
And that your driving power is, you need a holiday, obviously, and with things getting more expensive, you just want to keep up to start off with.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Now, Rick, I want to ask you this. Have you done anything else with your money in terms of investment before? I've got a couple of options here. It's not all of them. You can tell me if there's something that I missed. Have you got any other fixed investments?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And who is that with, if you don't mind me asking?
I've got it with what is that company called? Investec.
Investec. Okay. Investment
Yes.
with Investec. Okay. Properties, have you purchased property or do you lease?
Just my own property.
Okay.
Where I live.
Where you live, and have you purchased it? Is it your property or are you renting?
Yes.
Okay, excellent, well done. And any savings? Are you currently actively saving?
Yeah, well, one tries to.
Okay,
But you every now and then you've got to dip into the savings.
I get you. Life's expensive, no problem with
Yeah.
that. You just need to top it up every now and then and again. And are you managing to do that?
Yeah, every now and then. Every now
Okay,
and then, not as much as what I used to.
So over here, we're looking for consistency to get
Correct,
the
yes.
consistency going. Any stock portfolios before? So any
No.
current stocks that you keep? No. Any bonds?
No, I don't have any. No, I don't.
No fixed bonds, retirement annuities, pension funds, anything for the old age?
Yes, I've got some of that.
Okay, I want to ask you a favor, Rick. Between your retirement annuities, your property, and how that appreciates, and your fixed investment with Investec, can you sort of imagine a minimum average growth rate in percentage per annum that you are getting?
I would say if we averaged it out, it would be about 6%. I don't think it'll be higher
6%.
than 6%.
Okay, and I'm just using as a simple example here. If we were to imagine that your liquid capital growing at 6% interest per annum is 10,000 Rand, I'm using a 10,000 Rand example. Would you agree with me that your current capital grows at 600 Rands profit per annum per year over 12 months?
That's correct, yes.
Okay, if we dissect this into 12 months, that would be 50 Rands a month. Am I correct in saying so?
Good grief, I've never looked at it like this before. That's scary.
Okay, yeah, I thought it was just me. If we divide this by 30 days, so what we're speaking of is a return of 1.60 Rand per day on 10,000 Rands. Do you think that's worth it?
No, that's definitely not worth it. Sure, I never looked at it like this before. So for 10,000 Rand, I'm getting 1.66 Rand back. I couldn't buy a chappy.
If I were to ask you, Rick, for you to live not an extravagant lifestyle, just a basic lifestyle where you just survive, how much money would you need per month to do that?
Just surviving.
How much per month?
25,000.
Okay, so if we take 25,000 Rands, okay, per month, we divide that by the 1.66 Rand you get per day, and we say that multiplied by 10,000. Do you understand that you need 150.6 million Rands capital in the bank to retire? Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, and I'm not a politician. There's no ways I'm going to get 150 million.
Okay. So do you think that with what you're doing right now, you'll be able to retire and live comfortably? Okay.
No.
And so how urgent is this? How urgently do you need to attend to the topic that we're discussing here today?
Well, with what you've just shown me now, immediately.
Okay. Can I show you this?
There's that old saying of time is money.
Absolutely. I like the way that falls on the ears. So can I show you this? Just something out of curiosity. Look, I'm not going to fall right into Forex trading and strategies and indices. We'll get to that. That's advanced stuff. Okay. So I don't want you to even think about that. Let's start slow. I've got a news article here that has shown us typical growth of typical companies on a stock exchange. Now, the first thing to point out to you that if I zoom in, this is a news article that was delivered by News 24. Okay. This news article by News 24, I think is very credible. News 24 is a credible company and site. Now, according to their statistics, there are companies that has done extremely well over the course of 2021 on the local JSE stock market. And what I mean by that is they said they took a look at 2021's all share index JSE growth figures. The JSE on average grew by 29%, which is already 5 times what you're getting. And there are in fact companies like ArkMetal that grew 788%. So Rick, if we imagined, oh, look at me opening Word, my bad. If we, quick fingers, eh? So if we took the same 10,000 Rand example, for example, and we said, bugger all the other stuff that you tried in the past. Let's trade properly. And imagine you bought 10,000 Rands worth of ArkMetal shares in January 2021. The first thing that we want to do is figure out what is my return. So 10,000 multiplied by the 788% growth that they've experienced on their stocks brings us to 78,000 bucks in profit, which means plus your added 10,000 Rand capital that you started with, because if you obviously sell your shares, you get your money back that you paid for, or that you paid with rather. That leaves us with 88,000 bucks that you have made over the course of 12 months. And if we dissect this back and say, well, 88,000 Rands divided by 12 months, that puts 7,400 Rands at least in your pocket per month, more than what you would have had originally with the same money.
Sure. Am I understanding you correctly that you're saying that this is just by trading once in ArcelorMittal?
Exactly. So this
For
is
the year?
one trade that you've done over the period of 12 months. That's correct.
Good
Now,
grief.
obviously, you don't
How
have to do one
exciting.
trade. You can do multiple trades. I've got clients that does multiple trades in a single day. I'm trying just to show you the possibilities here. But if I show you multiple trades in a single day to start off with, you'll tell me it's too good to be true. Am I right?
Yes.
So take your 7,500 bucks extra that you are making from one single trade, and divide that by 30 days. Now, I'm sure 246 Rands per day, 250 times your money is it will give you much better odds of getting to where you need to be financially. Am I right?
That's correct, yes. I mean, it's a huge improvement on 1 Rand 66.
So you understand that it's
250
possible.
Rand will at least buy me some smokes, a bread, some milk.
What if it was 20,000 bucks worth of shares, or 30 or 40 or 50? What if you did one trade a month, or one trade a week, or one trade a day? I mean,
Gosh, you got me excited now.
Do you understand that it's possible?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Now, there's obviously a recipe to this. You need to be knowledgeable. You need to know what to do in order to get to that type of money, because the only difference between you that has not capitalized on it yet and the person that has capitalized on it is knowledge. Would you agree with me?
I agree fully.
Okay. Now, we obviously have the recipe that you need, but you need to understand how that works, and then we'll put you on the program and we'll get you started. The first thing that I'd like to explain is that Stock Market College is no Mickey Mouse company. We've been in the market for 20 years. In October, on October the 17th this year, 2022, we celebrated our 20-year anniversary. That's our registration stats if you want to check it up. We have more than 30,000 clients on our books. We are currently ranked as South Africa's top training institute for retail traders. The reason why our recipe works as well as it does is because we keep it simple. And by simple, I mean interactive. I'm not going to give you a 1,000-page textbook to read in an exam date. I'm going to ask you to sit down with me, spend an hour of your time with me. I'm going to show you an idea, We are going to try it together. I'm going to see what you struggle with, and we are going to fix it until we understand it. Does that make sense?
It does, yes.
Excellent. Personal mentoring is obviously very important to us. We educate on local markets and on international markets. I know I have used South African shares as an example. It's only because you're a South African and you spend in rand, so that's what you relate to. But please trust me, we are not limited to our local stock market. We trade the world. We specialize, and you are going to learn about all of these in shares, commodities, Forex, indices, and cryptocurrencies. We are going to leave no stone unturned. We are going to broaden the playing field as much as you can. During this process, you'll have access to a technical support team as well as a trading support team, where the trading support team will be available for you to chat to if you have any trading related questions. And our technical support team will be there readily available to assist you with any platform issues, password issues, as we trade online using online platforms. Sometimes troubleshooting can be expected. We don't want you to feel overwhelmed with finding the solution. We've got a technical team available to help you with that. It's very simple. On our Stock Market College website, to the bottom right-hand side of the screen, you'll notice a pop-up, a little bull in a circle sitting live here. It says live chat facility or live chat online. Should I click on it and you're like me, you want to speak to a real person, you don't want to use a knowledge base, you can see there's a person available, Dwayne, to chat to you right now. If I click chat now, I will be asked which department, and simply I will either select technical support or I will select trading support. Whatever closest relates to your query, the rest are there also at your convenience. But getting back to the picture, we do this internationally. And what I want you to realize here is, if you make enough money in the following 2 years and you decide that you want to pick up and leave and go sit somewhere in the Bahamas or somewhere in Switzerland or whatever the case might be, you'll still remain in touch with us and everything will remain as is. Does that make sense, Rick?
It makes sense to me. I just want to clarify. I
Yes.
assume the technical and trading support is available during office hours.
Yes, that is correct. So it's an excellent question that you're asking, and thank you for bringing it up. Our technical support and trading support agents are live people like you and me, you know, the flesh, they are real people, and real people need to sleep too. So they do work shifts between the mornings 8 o'clock and the evenings 10 o'clock. So that's more than enough time. That's generally when people operate and trade. And otherwise you will have in your chat facilities where you can leave messages and they could then get back to you the following day. So if you've got a query 2 o'clock in the morning, please understand no human will practically be available to speak to you and help you. Okay, let's move along. The next slide shows you the content. Now, Rick, I'm not going to confuse you by explaining each and every module. I just want to give you the idea that we are not specialized or focused on one specific topic, and that after this course, you'll need to go elsewhere to get the rest. When you start with this course, you will be exposed to everything. Everything will be taught. And by the time that you are done with this course and you have your certificate in your hand, you will be an independent, successful trader. We start with orientation, just getting you used to this recipe. We have our guys installing all your resources that we provide you with and show you how it works. Then we start with the very basics and gradually we pick up pace as we go along. The entire journey shouldn't take you more than 3-4 months. We are currently sitting in the last day of November. So the good news is by the first day of March, hypothetically speaking, you should have your certificate in hand and you'll have learned the recipe. Does that sound exciting?
Very, very exciting.
Brilliant. And then on the last part here, by that time, we are not going to tell you, Rick, thank you for your time, your money, your effort, and your energy. Good luck. We will still extend our facilities to you for the remainder of 36 months, where you will still have access to our support agents, our lecturers, our classes, material resources, and all the rest, so that we can properly cross that gap between the theory and the practical application of what we've taught you while you're still under our watchful eyes. Does that make sense?
So you guys walk with me for a 3-year period. If I need any assistance after I've completed the 3 to 4 months theory part, it's still there freely available.
Absolutely.
That's great.
Absolutely. Excellent question. Okay, cool. Let's move along. So by this time, you must be wondering, okay, so if you guys have the recipe, the resources, and the information, how are we going to get it over to you? Well, the simple answer to that, Rick, is we keep it simple. We are going to provide you with an online learning system, which is very simple to use. If I demonstrate this to you practically, physically, I'm returning to the website. I'm just closing that chat facility for now. To the top right-hand side of of our website, you'll notice a button that says login. Okay. If you look at the login button and you press on it, it'll give you a gateway to fill in your personal client username that you registered with, as well as your password. Once you log in here, it's like the doors of Narnia that's opening. You've got access to all of our resources, everything that we've built for the past 20 years. So you'll have material, exercises, quizzes. The system tracks your progress as you go, so you never feel clustered or frustrated, not knowing what to do in sequence. It prioritizes your learning structure, so it shows you start here, then continue with this, and then once you're done with that, you need to carry on here. So it's a perfectly structured program with loads of videos, ebooks, tools, calculators, resources, and it's easy to navigate. You log in, you start working through it at your own pace. When you log out, when you've spent 30 minutes or an hour and you log out, it will remember where you've stopped. The next time you log in, it will show you where to continue. It's a very handy piece of kit, and you can get access to it on your cell phone, your tablet, your laptop, or any other computer or device. Now, the material in itself has really been simplified, and with the emphasis on simplified over the years. Not because we think our clients or students are stupid or dumb. Please don't get me wrong, Rick. It's just because we have respect for our clients' time schedules, and we do not wish to change that or have too large of an impact on it. The simpler something is, the easier and the quicker it is to understand and to go through it, and that forms the basis of the entire module. Now, just to put the cherry on top of that, we have live lectures going every single day, where we have lecturers, professional, qualified lecturers through the South African Institution of Financial Markets, that will now lecture the material to you bit by bit, piece by piece. Rick, what I want you to understand, and I'm going to stop zooming here because I don't want you to think you're going back to varsity. Don't get me wrong, okay? We make the lectures available to you Mondays to Saturdays, little bits and pieces every single day. And when Saturday comes and that specific topic stops, next week, Monday, we start again from scratch so that you can never fall behind. So even if you need to attend 1 day or 2 days this week and you really couldn't, but you wanted to attend the other days, don't stress, just do it next week. All of our lecturers are on every single week, and they repeat their syllabus every single week. This means you, Mr. Client, will have access to live lectures every single day, Monday to Saturday, so that a real person can stand in front of you and explain a concept to you. And if you don't understand, you can tell him, I don't understand. And he can use it, maybe a different example or a different approach in order to build the picture in your mind and clear it settled. Does that make sense?
I like that. I really like that.
Excellent. Thank you. Trust me, we've tried it all. Eh? That's the only way that it works. Right. So if I share my screen again, the third part of the success recipe is we record all these sessions and we make them available, downloadable and available on your learning system, so that you can gradually either recap on a class or you can watch it in advance to prepare for the class, whatever floats your boat. Make sense? Simple enough?
Yes, thank you.
Stunning. These are some examples, Rick. I've got some pictures here just to show you. So once you've logged into the doors of Narnia, you'll have your learning system and some live classes. This just really, I love the artwork and I love what we built over the years. But in any case, this really just makes learning simple. And on a credibility note, just to back up what I'm telling you, this is a news article, again, that was released by the Sunday Times. Let's zoom in so that we can grab the detail. So the Sunday Times took a look at 28 breakthrough online companies to watch in South Africa on the 18th of April, 2019. They recognized Stock Market College and Quick Trade and placed us in second and third position, which by itself is a huge accomplishment for us. This is the year that we went international. So I might mention that our head offices are based in Rosebank in Johannesburg, but that we have branches in Zambia, Kenya, Botswana, Namibia, America. And what we want to do there is don't just want to assist the people of South Africa to get in on the recipe, but we want to assist people all over the world to learn the art of trading financial markets. So in any case, what the Sunday Times mentioned is that the Stock Market College is arguably the biggest stock market learning academy in Africa today. It enrolls about 500 new students every month, ranging from beginners to full-time professionals. The key to its success has been in offering an in-depth forex and stock market trading course that's easy to grasp and apply, and that the college's competitive edge is its online support and access to a team of dedicated mentors for each line. Can you see, Rick, how this screams human intervention, practicality, assistance?
Yes, it's very, very impressive.
Thank you, Rick. And I mean, the best part about it is it's not a story that I made up. It's real stats.
Yes, it's the
there.
Sunday
It's the
Times.
Sunday Times. Again, on that's it. So again, on a credibility note, our brokerage firm Quick Trade that I've mentioned earlier today, I just want to show you some interesting things here. We are licensed by the Financial Services Board, as it was previously known. Today, you'll recognize it as the Financial Sector Conduct Authority of South Africa. Our license number is 45262. And it's the same financial board that regulates your bank. I want you to let that sink in for a minute. On Hello Peter, they are also quite happy with what we've achieved. They rate us not too badly on the trust index. They also don't rank us too badly in financial services, specifically if you consider there are at this stage, probably more by now, 2,615 companies in financial services. And if you look at our ranking, I mean, that's quite a mountain to climb. I would be impressed if we were even number 200. That would mean that we, still fall part of the top 10. But so we work really hard to deliver just the best, both for experienced and inexperienced people. I mean, what we should also discuss is we get people on a daily basis that are experienced traders, but they just feel like there's that one thing that they missed out that could better their performance. This is a perfect example. Temba said, in about 10 years of trading, I've met with all kinds of trading companies, but I've never come across a company that speedily, professionally, and carefully handles their clients. Now that in itself, that says something. Or there's Irma that started out for the first time. She said, I've made the best choice trading with them. I've made, my experience so far has been wonderful with Quick Trade. The service is amazing and quick, and it's been great working with Ashley, one of our trading mentors. Thank you for your patience. You even taught me the meaning of patience in life. And that by itself is worth a couple of $1 million. Now, just again on credibility.
They can teach me patience in life.
We've got a deal, eh? Okay. So the Financial Services Board license that I've already shown you, just some legalities, the legal stuff. This is our ODP license as well. I don't want to spend too much time on it. Our time is ticking off. But what is very important, Rick, if I can teach you one thing today, whether considering us or any other financial company ever again in future, please make sure that the broker that you are dealing with is licensed both as a financial services provider, such as Quick Trade, our brokerage firm, and an over-the-counter derivatives provider under the Financial Sector Conduct Authority of South Africa. If your broker does not or cannot provide you with these two certificates, cannot show you that they are registered under the financial board under both these licenses, please walk away. That is where people have been fallen victim to brokerage firms being closed down because they don't have the necessary certification and all that jazz that goes according to that. So the good news here for you, Rick, is you can afford to invest with us long term. All the necessary infrastructure, legalities, resources, everything is there. Okay. And then we can even go as far as having a look at the IntelliDex. I don't want to spend too much time on it, but the IntelliDex is a big deal. They are the forum that ranks and how should I put this? Compare different financial services providers a bit from one to the other. So what happens annually, IntelliDex would come into the financial space and they would do these surveys and research where they would take a look at any and all financial services providers, and according to category, they'll rank them. To give you an example, we can look at the top individual relationships manager award, where Quick Trade scored under the top 10, as well as the traditional investor, where Quick Trade scored in the top 10 again. I mean, beating PSG Wealth, Easy Equities, Investec, Standard Bank, FNB, ABSA, Young Investor, we came top 10 again, beating FNB, Standard Bank. I mean, those are serious names. Those are not Mickey Mouse companies. The Active Broker Award, where we scored top 10 again, beating GT 24/7, massive broker, IG Markets, massive broker, Standard Bank again, massive. You get the point. So these are the type of things that I would look at if I was planning on investing my hard-earned cash into a company that can help me grow it. And then just to give you a bit of a summary again between what we've said, yes, we can provide you with the information. Yes, it has been tried and tested. Yes, it works. But there's a specific way in which it works. We are going to start by introducing you to the basics, put you on the course, and we are going to gradually work through a learning system with classes and recorded versions of the classes and so forth at your own pace. During this process, you'll have access to online support teams available Mondays to Sundays, 8 in the morning till 10 p.m. and again 8 in the morning till 4 p.m. Typical completion of the course, about 3 to 4 months, but you'll retain access to our company as a whole and all of our resources for the next 36 months. You still with me, Rick? Does that make sense?
It makes sense. Thank you.
Perfect. The only question, so I believe that I've answered the question, can we teach you? What do you think the answer would be?
Most definitely. I like the way that you guys do this systematically. I'm one of those people that very quickly gets overwhelmed by too much information. I like that you that it is simplistic and there are set steps to this whole thing. And if I just follow those steps, I'll be successful.
It's the only way. It's the only way. Trust me, we've tried it all. This is the way that works. So I'm happy to know that it resonates with you. The only other question that should be left in your mind at this given moment in time is, okay, cool, I'm going to learn tech. When do I start making money? Question mark.
100% correct.
Okay, let's quickly spend some time on that. So the very minute that we put you on the course, which might be in 20 minutes from now, we are also going to create your trading profile. So don't stress about that. You can tell us whether you want it in rands or dollars. We will open a live account for you right away. You can already put money into that account. We have no minimum requirements. You can put in whatever you can afford, and you can obviously top it up as we go. And you can download and install our trading platform. It's called MetaTrader 5. It is the leading trading platform in the world currently. We own that license. And then we have a lecturer that would teach you how this platform operates both on your computer and your mobile, so that it doesn't overwhelm you and you don't have to go and sit in a heap and struggle with it yourself. You're part of our community now. And then once that's done, we'll start sending you trading signals. I'll explain this in a minute. And you'll have access to our live trading room where our signals would be explained every day, just for you, for clarity and participation, so that you understand and know where it comes from and where we're going with it. And so that you can start using it under the professional's watchful eye to start making money from the beginning while you're still busy learning. As we do that, you'll have access to the trading support team that I showed you earlier and me, your account manager. And between the lot of us, we are going to trade and make money and learn together. Is that what you're looking for?
It's 100% what I'm looking for. I love the fact that number one, your course is practical. It's like becoming an electrician or a plumber, I suppose. I love the hands-on approach, and I think very importantly, being part of your community. Because if you see other people making money, then you know that you can.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's a powerful force. How would I explain
Very
it
much
better?
so. No, this is great stuff.
There we go. So I always explain it to people this way. You know, sometimes when you look up into the sky and you see a flock of birds coming across, they are flying in this V shape. Have you seen that
Yes,
before? Rick?
yes, yes.
And you've got one bright, strong Spartan in the front, and the rest
In the front,
they are all
yes.
sailing in his
wake.
windstream, in his
Mm.
wake. Right. We will be the guy in the front. You just stay in our wake.
Oh, that's fantastic.
There we go.
Exciting.
Right. Let me show you what the signals are, and then we can what it looks like, and then
So
we
now
can
we're
wrap
going to
up
be
and get
talking
you
about
going.
money.
Now we're going to be talking about the money. The first thing, and I need to stop sharing, this is how serious it is. I mean, I've only got 14 minutes to explain this to you. My explanation is going to take another 2, and then I'm going to show you the examples. The one thing that I have to make absolutely clear of from the get-go is that you understand with me today, and I don't want you to be scared or fearful of it, is that there's no such thing as an overnight, quick, get-rich scheme. People have tried it before. It doesn't work. People get scammed because they fall for these things. They would like to believe that, trust me, but it doesn't exist. There are traditional ways, which is what everybody tries, and then there are better ways. This year is the better way, but it doesn't mean that you'll be driving a Lamborghini by the end of January. Maybe by the end of next year, the year after that, January.
Well,
but not by
that's
this.
good enough for me. Now, I've realized
Good.
in my life that anything that sounds too good probably isn't. I got caught up in that triple M, which cost me a lot
Dear.
of money. Mm.
Sorry to hear that. What happened?
Well, put in money and then found out later that it was a pyramid scheme. And then my neighbor, in fact, told me that he gave money to also people that contacted him, and they
Okay.
said that they were going to be doubling his money within
Okay.
24 hours. And
Ooh,
they showed him
that
the
sounds-
charts. They
Hmm.
showed him the charts to say that he had doubled his money, but when he wanted to withdraw his money, they
Problems.
wanted money again. And that I didn't understand.
I can elaborate on that. I speak to people every day around this topic. I've heard it more than once. But focusing on you, I'm sorry for your experience. I just have to mention one thing to you. I'm sorry for the experience that you've had, and I'm sorry for the school fees that you've paid. But what I want to do is I want to commend you on still being here. Do you know how many people gives up right before the breakthrough? And in your case, that's you've managed to win that race. You have not given up. You're still here. We're going to get you on track, and we're going to get the breakthrough with you together. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Good stuff. We like working with people that like success, man. That's what keeps us going. Let me share
Great.
my screen and let's quickly get into the signals. So what I want you to see first, I'm not going to get too technical. I'm going to leave that for the lecturers and our stockbrokers and market analysts. The first thing that I want you to look at is this is what a trading signal looks like. Rick, it basically tells you what are we going to trade, like the NASDAQ. It's going to tell you when are we getting in on the trade, when are we getting out of the trade, and where do we place our security or safety net. When we take a look at markets, what's important for you to note, and again, I'm not going to get too technical, I just want to formulate an idea, is that it does not matter what we trade, Forex, indices, stocks, commodities, cryptos, they are all items. We make money when we buy them and when we sell them at a better price. Then we make a markup. So when we do that, we are interested in only 2 stats. We want to see the price. Is it the right price to buy or to sell? And is it the right time to buy or to sell? What we need to realize is that all these items that we want to buy and sell, their prices will fluctuate over a period of time. So 3 things will happen. They will get more expensive. They will get cheaper at times. And at times they will do nothing. But time moves on, so it looks like it's tracking sideways. Does that make sense, Rick? You still with me?
Yes, I'm with you.
Perfect. Let's use a practical example. Rick, if you just remind me again, please, what do you do for a living?
I'm an engineer.
You're an engineer. Okay. Let's imagine you engineer new doorknobs. Okay. And you want to, but you buy your, you engineer a new type of doorknob. You've spent 20 rands to engineer and to put the final product together. And you put the doorknob on the market for 15 rand. Are you going to make money?
Definitely not.
Okay, so at what price do you need to put it on the market to make money?
Well, more than 20.
Okay, so that makes sense, right? When we buy something, to sell it again for a markup, we need to buy it cheaper than what we sell it
Yes.
for. So in other words, if this is rands and cents, the lower on this axis I am, the cheaper an item is. The higher on this axis I am, the more expensive something is. And I'm going to buy and sell stocks, forex, currencies, indices, commodities, cryptocurrencies as cheap as I possibly can. In other words, on these low points. And I'm going to sell them as high as I possibly can, because what I need to keep in mind is after I've bought something at a bargain, when the price appreciates, it will not appreciate forever. At some point, there's a turning point. I need to sell it before then. That makes sense, right?
I understand completely.
Perfect. So we are going to give you the resources to do that, the online platforms, under our licenses, put you directly on the market, give you the access to these instruments, and you'll be able to do it by the click of buttons on your trading platform. When the market goes against us, we have what we call a stop loss. It's a safety net, so that if I've bought that doorknob at 45.50 and for some reason there's an unexpected event happening, I can tell my platform at what point I would like to let go of these doorknobs, and that in this case would be 43.59 as stipulated in this signal as we can see it here. And that's an automated feature, as well as the point where we want to sell them. If I've bought these doorknobs at 45.50 and I want to sell them at 51.50, then I might not be available or awake or on my phone or computer by the time that the market out there reaches 51.50. So what's powerful about your trading platform is I give it an instruction to say, for example, I want to buy OMN, Omnia shares at 45.50 and I want to sell them at 51.50. And if the market goes against me, I want you to remove me from this trade at 43.59. So number one, I'm very much aware of my risk. I can experience no surprises. Number two, these are automated features that kicks in whether I'm logged in on my platform or not. So I can simply give my computer the instruction or my cell phone, and it will automatically then take care of the rest for me. Placing an order like this, giving an instruction like this, takes the equivalence of you logging into online banking and doing an EFT. How long does that take, Rick?
Well, that takes a couple of minutes. So what you're telling me is that I don't have to, while I'm in a trade, be sitting in front of my computer.
Absolutely not.
Oh, that's great.
In fact, thank you. But in fact, the people that sit in front of their computers all day long trading have no idea what they are doing. They've got no plan. They've got no direction. They don't have that knowledge. Okay. Let's do a practical example together quickly. Time is running out. We are nearly done. If I take the calculator and I would say, for example, let's take the same 10,000 buck example. Okay. We decide that on the day when you receive, let's say this is tomorrow, we get you started on the course this afternoon. Tomorrow you get your first trading signal. So tomorrow you get your first trading signal and this was it. You said, well, I'm not going to take my 10,000 and put it in the bank and earn a measly 160 on it. I mean, that's ridiculous. I'm rather going to buy these shares. Hallelujah. So we are going to trade the markets. We are going to take 10,000 bucks. We are going to buy these stocks at 45.50. The first thing we want to do is see, okay, how many stocks can I buy? That's 45.50 per stock. And that gives me a total of how many shares, Rick?
219.
Perfect. So if you bought the 219 shares, and later that afternoon, let's say at 4 o'clock, the price of those shares that you bought at 45.50 has appreciated to 51.50. Are you going to say, no, I've become sentimental towards these stocks. I want to keep them, show them to my friends. Or are you going to sell them?
Get rid of them immediately.
I mean, we're in this for the cash. That's it. And it's as simple as pressing a button and saying, thank you, I would prefer the cash. Here's the stocks. I've bought them this morning. I've taken the stocks from you and I've given you my cash. This afternoon, thank you very much. I would like you to take the stocks back and I would like you to give me my cash. But now at a better price. Okay?
Better price, yes.
So the better price in this case was 51.50. And that would give us a profit of how much, Rick?
1,278 Rand for the day.
Not 166, eh?
Wow. That's
and I mean,
impressive.
It is. I mean, we can be honest about it and say, and I welcome criticism, please, by any means. I can tell you that 1,200 rands is not going to solve your problems. But I can also tell you there's the key is in consistency. And what I mean, Rick, is if I take 1,278 rands that I've made today by spending 5 minutes on my trading platform, surely I'd like to do it again tomorrow. I'm sure you'd
Most
agree.
definitely. For the rest of the month, in fact.
Correct. And I mean, how many days are there in a working days, trading days are there in a month?
Would it be 21?
You're correct. 21, yes. So that's 26,000 bucks.
Good grief,
27
that's already
yearly.
double. It's already double more than what I was expecting.
Hold your
But
horses,
Ruan,
please,
I
Rick.
want to
I
ask
need to
you,
jump in here. Yes.
I just want to ask you, you started with 10,000 Rand.
Yes.
And 10,000 Rand would then make me the 26,838 Rand, which is fantastic. But if I
Yes.
didn't have 10,000 Rand to start with, can I start with less?
Absolutely.
So
On
if
the
I started
previous,
with 1,000 Rand, that means
Yeah.
I would have still made a good profit over that time period to be able to build up
exactly.
to that
Well,
10,000. Am I correct?
If you've started with 1,000 rand as opposed to 10,000 rand, then it's as simple as removing a decimal. So then we could say that you've made 2,600 rands with your 1,000 rand. I mean,
Good
that
grief,
in
in 1
itself
month.
is yes. I wanted
That's
to jump
brilliant.
in here, and I just wanted to mention something to you. Please keep in mind, I will take on the responsibility of becoming your account manager as soon as we're done here and we get you started. And part of my responsibility is teaching you what is realistic and what is not, so that as you go through the processes, your mind can relate to the expectancy and to the outcome, and can be satisfied with the achievement, so that we can create some sort of consistency there. And what we are looking at on the screen is not impossible. Please don't get me wrong. I've had clients that starts with 11,000 rands in the morning, and 2 o'clock the following day during that evening, they are on 248,000 bucks. I can show it to you.
Wow.
So it's
Wow.
possible, but it's not realistic for you as a beginner. What is realistic for you as a beginner is mistakes, because we all make mistakes when we start something new. So if we took this and I'd say, Rick, let's include load shedding, data losses, mistakes here and there, this and that. You trade and you only get it right half the time. You still made 13,000 rand on your 10,000 rand. Does that sound like better money? Money that you can actually
But that's
use
only
to go
getting it
on
right
holiday
50%
with.
of the time.
That's the thing. So,
Wow.
and it's,
No,
I
now
mean, it's
you've
as
got
simple
my
as following the
interest.
recipe. There we go. So let me show you this in real time, then we can wrap up. Oh, this is Forex. So what I wanted to show you, there's all this talk and jazz around Forex. Yes, absolutely, it's a more volatile market. Yes, it makes a lot of money. And no, it's it's not a get-rich-quick scheme. And it's very true and possible, and you can learn the skill just like stock trading or commodity trading or index trading, whatever the case might be. It works a bit different though. I'm going to show you one example and we can continue. We've sent the signal on the 20th of September to buy the euro versus the Swiss franc, okay, or to sell it rather, as we say in our trading terms, which means we trade it on a bear trend. But I'm not going to get too much into detail on that right now. I'm going to leave that for the lecturers. Any case, we got in at this point, we got out at that point, and our safety net or security net was at that point. Large in red, the margin is known as the deposit, or what you pay to get in on this trade per unit, and the smallest unit is known as a 0.01. We call this a micro lot. So Rick, to have gotten into the euro Swiss franc, a micro lot would have cost you 52.51 Rand. Does that make sense?
That makes sense. So the cost
Okay,
would
now,
be like buying a pen at 52.51 Rand.
Exactly, sir. So let's use your 1,000 Rand example. So if I took 1,000 Rand and I wanted to get into this trade, euro CHF, I obviously want to buy as many as I can with the money that I'm willing to set out for that trade, because quantity makes money. The more I buy, the more the profits. So if I took 1,000 bucks and I said, well, it will cost me 52.51 Rand per unit, and I divided my 10,000 Rand by 52.51 Rand, that would give me 19 units. You still with me?
Yes.
And if we look at the breakdown, we'll see that the risk on this trade was 135 rands per unit, and obviously on the other end 260 rands reward per unit. So if we took 19 units and we multiplied it by 260 rands, our return was 5,000 rand on 1,000 rand. Does that make sense? Are you still with me?
Good grief. And is that in just that one trade?
It was in just that one trade. It did take 2 days, however, but I mean, it's worth the wait. Here you can
Oh.
see the actual results. This is where the actual results has been captured. This, as you can see, was the Euro CHF. This was the point where we got in. We rode the bear trend. We got out at this point. It continued, but I mean, we were happy with 5 grand. Wouldn't you be?
I'd be ecstatic with 5 grand with 1,000 rand.
Stunning. I have got 2 more examples to work through. If you didn't understand the first, are you happy with the first?
I'm happy with the first. I understand
Now,
that.
good. Now let me show you, once you've made this money, how do you get it? You request a withdrawal on your trading profile, just like any other broker or person that trades would have done. When you withdraw the money, the request will go through to the broker. As you can see, I did a withdrawal. There's my email. It says there, quick trade, your withdrawal has been approved. Now have a look at the time. It says there 9:15 in the morning. Can you see that?
I do.
And there's the amount, 15,000 rand. Okay. Here is my FNB app sending me a notification that 15,000 rand has been paid into my account. 10 minutes past 10. What is the time difference between 9:15 in the morning and 10:10?
45 minutes.
45
It takes
minutes.
me longer to go to an ATM to go and draw that money.
Liquid cash. If you suddenly had an emergency come up in the next 10 minutes and you needed cash desperately, I mean, wouldn't this be a great place to get it from?
That would be fantastic.
There we go. The only thing we need to do is we need to get you started. So on that point, I've got a couple of examples, then we can wrap it up and get you started. Here's a person. I said, don't be like Tom. So I had this client, same old story. Person believed that they knew how to trade. They came in and I've explained to them that we have this course and they can learn and study. People are lazy, Rick. Believe it or not, I've heard this interesting saying this morning, everyone wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. Everyone wants to be rich, but no one wants to do what it takes. So Tom was one of them. He said that he had 50,000 rand that's burning a hole in his pocket. He wants to give it a shot and try trading. I told him, well, you have the money, you rather go for the education and make sure you do it properly. And he rather followed his neighbor's advice than mine. It didn't end too well for him. 9 days later, he had lost 24,900 bucks off his capital. Currently, his balance is 9.92 rand. Some people listen, some people don't. It's one of those things. Any case, this is
I
what
definitely don't want to be Tom.
I would not like to call you Tom, Rick.
Please don't.
So any case, let's look at the next 3, 4, 5 weeks. This is a beginner trader. This is usually what a beginner trader experiences. This person got into the course. 3 weeks later, he had the confidence to start trading. We can see if we look at the top of his trading sheet. So first of all, this is called a trading sheet. It's like a bank statement that shows you a breakdown of your trades that you've done. It shows you when did you open the trade, the ticket number, the type of trade that you did, the quantities, the lot sizes, the instrument that you've traded, the open price, stop loss, take profit, close time, close prices, commission, swap, profits and losses. Now, if we take a look at this person did 20 trades over a 5-day period. So it's fair to say 20 trades over a week. Okay. That's 2 negative trades and 18 positive, which is not bad. I mean, oh, my apologies. I've moved on to the intermediate trader. In any case, we can continue here. The beginner trader did 20 trades over a 4-day period. It's fair to say it's a week. 5 negative, 15 positive. He made 3,500 rand with his 5,000 rand that he started with, ending his week on 8,500 bucks.
As
The
a beginner.
intermediate trader, that's the beginner.
Wow.
The intermediate person was with me at this point in time for about 8 months. This person also did 20 trades. We can zoom in on the profits and losses. if you wanted to do a calculation there yourself. But yes, 20 trades over a 5-day period. We can see the odds bettering here, 18 positive, 2 negative, 30,000. And he had 118,000 that he was working with, ending his week on nearly 150,000 bucks. And then we've got a
Wow.
professional trader here. The professional trader, 20 trades. Here's the change. 1 day, single day now. This is what I'm speaking of. 1 negative trade, 19 positive. At this stage, or at this point in time, you're probably trading full time. You've resigned your job. If you're still there, you're doing it because you like it, not for the money. And you're trading. I mean, look at this person. 1 negative trade, 19 positive, 20 trades. We can zoom in on the profits, 12,500, 10,500, 3,000, 4,500, 3,500. And look at the times. It's all on the same day, 11th of May, 11th of May, 11th of May, 11th of May. This was 25 minutes to 7. That was 20 to 6. That was 1 minute earlier. So there, this person made 10,500. There, the person again made 3,000 within the space of a minute. Do you see what's possible, Rick?
Yes, I can see what can happen once you know what you're doing.
Absolutely.
That's big money.
So my final question is it worth it to invest in the education?
Most definitely. If there's nowhere else that I can do this,
No ways. I know we're running
even
over
if I had
time,
to,
but
even if I had to open up my own business, with this type of investment and that type of return, there's nowhere else I'll get that.
and that's the true facts. I like the way that you're putting that. That's the fact. So I know we're running over time. I respect your time, so I'm going to wrap up. Your investment in the knowledge would be the course. You can either purchase your course upfront at $1,527 if that suits you. It's about the equivalent of 27 or so thousand rands. Keep in mind, it's your material, it's your classes, it's your access to all of our resources, it's your trading platform, it's your trading assistance, it's the technical support, it's me, the account manager, and it's all of that for 3 years. 27,000 rand, 3 years, all of that, peanuts in my opinion. Okay, fair enough. Not everybody has 27,000 rand, so we've got payment methods available. The one in the middle would be my favorite. 947,000 is about 17,000 rands deposit. So you can either swipe your, swipe your credit card and you can reserve it and pay it back as you try to make money, and pay the remainder as a normal subscription of $90 a month, about 300 and some small change per month over 36 months, which you can make paid up at any point in time. What's also popular is the $64 straight up month-to-month option. So with this one, you pay $64 to register for the course and you have access to everything. We can start immediately. $64 is roughly 1,100 and some small change. And then from that point, you just keep on paying $64 a month. So if you're trading, and even as a beginner, you made 3,500 rand for the month, do you think it's practically possible to pay $64 a month? And obviously, as you accumulate capital, pay this off quicker.
Most definitely. That's what I wanted to ask you now. It's, as you know, tomorrow's December. It's holidays. It's Christmas, and then it's January. Would it be possible? Do you guys have the choice that I can start off with the $64? So that I can make sure that I am educationally ready by early next year to be able to make that money. And as I'm making money, can I then pay that off? Can I go to one of the other payment systems?
Absolutely. You're asking a very valuable question. Yes, we're doing that. We're doing that nearly on a day-to-day basis, where people sign up paying the $64, they pay month to month. 3-4 months in, they have now become financially more secure, and they've managed to either come into some money by whatever means, or they decide to take some money from their trading profile. We credit the payments that they've already made to this method or this method, one of the cash methods, and we give them a settlement invoice, and it's sorted. Make sense?
Oh, that's fantastic.
Cool stuff. And if you're into being an affiliate, we also have an affiliate program running, whereas if you refer anybody to us, we will pay you as a commission 25% of that person's course fees. and 15% rebates on all the trades that that person does. Does that interest you?
Well, that's money. I do know that
An
my
add-on.
cousin is also involved, is also interested in trading. So what do I do? Do I just give you his number and then
The
I get the
first and most
25%?
The first most important thing would be for me to make sure that you understand what this is and how this works. So I would first like and prefer to get you going. And once we establish and make sure that you are happy, by all means, I'll help him too.
That's great. So if I
Awesome.
wanted to enroll today, I need to have the $64 available today.
Yes. Do you have it available? Do I have your vote of confidence? Are we going to do this thing?
Please, let's do this thing. How do we go about it now?
Excellent. Well, I've got some happy chappy messages from clients here on WhatsApp that says how great the course is and how they're making
Can I
money.
see some of that, please?
Yes, you can if you want to. I've got some WhatsApps here saying that, and this is Liesel, this is a business person. I mean, she has 3 companies of her, or 3 businesses of her own, if I remember correctly. And for a person of that stature to come back saying, look, listen, your online trading course, the content is very interesting. Your facilitators are good. The content, or they know their content and always ask questions. That's interaction. That's quality education, man. That makes me so proud. Good afternoon, sir. I just watched a video about common mistakes traders use, and I could identify the type of trader that I am. Yada, yada, yada. Quite nice. Wow, this is really amazing. Quick Trade's the best broker that I've ever used, and I'm sure it's greater highs from here. That's power. There's a client of mine. Funny story, actually. At the age of 19 years old, Brendan came back to me, and this was about a year in on his adventure. Came back to me and said, sent me a message. I never thought the day would come when I would need an accountant to manage the trading profits to manage the profits from my trading. Can you imagine that coming out of the mouth of a 19-year-old?
No.
Making 31,000 Rand for the week.
I'm gobsmacked.
I
Well,
mean, that's
I hope to be
powerful.
sending you one of these WhatsApps very, very soon.
Well, we need to get you going. Then you will be. I'm checking my watch. 1 week from now, I want to see it. Please, I love good news.
Thank you.
There's a person that said he drew all of his money. Then his account was down to 2 grand. Then he traded with his 2 grand, got it back up to 5K in the day, 3K profit in a day on 2 grand. I mean, that's more than doubling your money. Here's a client of mine making half a bar in a month. One of my top traders. I mean, if you've done that once, your head it's through. You're sailing. Here's a guy
Ruan,
saying
you
40K
don't
in
even
5
need
days.
to go down further. I am sold, sir. How do we go
Perfect.
from here?
Perfect. Well, from here, I would firstly like to shake your hand virtually and say very welcome. It's a pleasure doing business with you. I'm going to end the Zoom. I'm going to give you a call, and then we are going to quickly do the capturing of all of your details, and we'll get you going. Okay?
Great stuff. I'm standing by. I'm ready for
Good
your
stuff.
call.
100%.
Thank you so much.
You put on the kettle. I'm on my way.
You will do. Thank you.
Cheers, Rick. Welcome to the business.
Phone me.
Yeah, I will. I promise I will. Cheers.